What's up, peeps? It's your boy Luca Bazooka here today to bring you some very depressing news. As you know, the rumors and reports of James Rodriguez leaving Madrid have only been growing stronger and stronger. And today, a reported transfer fee was put out. I'm not sure how concrete this is, which I doubt. But the reports are saying Madrid are asking for 75 million for James, with Man U and Chelsea interested. James. Oh man. And in case you've watched any of the other videos, I made, I think, was it 2-3 videos on why I would pick James over Isco. You can go back and watch those. I'll also put it in this video so you can click on it. But yeah, I was really gunning for James to stay because of the fact that he's an all-out action-packed number 10. He can create and he can score when it's needed. And even though he hasn't been playing much this season, he still managed to put up double digits from the bench. But it's looking more and more likely he will leave Madrid this summer. There's been a lot of reports saying that he has played his last game recently versus Sevilla. When he walked off the pitch, when he was getting subbed off, he got a standing ovation from the Bernabeu. He clapped back, and Zidane also came out and said, no, this is not what that is. He just got subbed off. That's what it is. But I don't know, the chances of him staying in Madrid continue to just dim and dim. But especially with the performances of Isco the past months versus especially Atletico, and also destroying Deportivo and La Liga, showing them absolutely no mercy. And also talks of him being set to sign a contract extension after the Clásico, which is yet to be done, I believe. But with Isco performing the way he's performing, and with James just continuing to remain on the bench, honestly, there's just no point of him staying. I think it's best for him to leave, to go somewhere where he'll be a permanent starter, because he is good enough to start for just about any team in the world. But in my opinion, I think he came to Madrid too late. He should. Imagine if he was here when we still had Mourinho. Oh goodness, all hell would have probably broken loose. But then again, we had Ozil, who was world class. But goodness gracious, man. Back when we were still using number 10s in a 4-2-3-1 formation, James would have excelled. He would have been a starter, no doubt about it. He would also be able to play on the wings and roam around freely under Mourinho, because Mourinho knows how to use number 10s. And speaking of Mourinho and the reports linking James to Man U and Chelsea, honestly, if I was Perez, I would just sell him to Arsenal. Because that's the only team where I know for a fact he would not be able to hurt us if we meet him in the Champions League or in any other competition. I would most likely just sell him to Arsenal so he can continue to struggle like Ozil currently is doing. Even though I'm not wishing him anything bad, but Arsenal will be a much safer transfer, so we won't have to worry about him coming back to cause any damage. Especially if he goes to a team like Chelsea, who are now back in the Champions League after the Premier League title win. Congratulations to Chelsea and all their fans. But man, just the fact of where he's going is what worries me more than the fact that he's actually leaving. I've already made up my mind that either him or Isco, it had to be one of them. We couldn't keep both of them, and James is looking more and more likely to be the one that gets the boot. Now, there's also been talks of James and Eden Hazard swoop, which I am totally against, because I feel we'll be losing more than we're gaining. Don't get me wrong, Eden Hazard is a world-class player in his own right, but James, no. That is just pure BS, and hopefully that's not actually what happens. And speaking of that again, there is also reports saying that Morata too could be going to Chelsea. Now that would be crazy if we lose both Morata and James to Chelsea. I know Madrid will make a lot of money from both of them, but goodness gracious, that would give me a lot to worry about in next season's Champions League. Hopefully we don't get Chelsea or Man U, if Man U win the Europa League final and make it to the Champions League. Hopefully we do not get any of them. But I'm gonna end it off with just saying the rise of Casemiro also played a part in as to why James just couldn't fit. If it was possible again to do what Ancelotti did with the attack-minded 4-2-3-1 with James as the number 10 and Kroos and Modric behind him, boy, would he be a starter today. But, you know, we needed balance. You know, we needed just that more defensive coverage, which is what Casemiro was able to bring to the table. And that's something James can never top him off on. But I'm not really excited that he's the one that gets to leave. But that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm out.